Alright, everyone. The game crashed again. So we gotta reload it. Uh, Here. Broadcasting. Well, we're gonna see if this. We're gonna see what happens here. So we got that going. Continue. Okay. Alright, no worries, no worries, no worries. We didn't miss anything. So sorry for that, everyone. I guess these videos are gonna be. Well, there's going to be a couple of videos, but we're good. We're back. We're live. We didn't miss anything. It just crashed at literally the end of the game. So here's what we do. We go back in. We say sorry for that brief delay. Sorry for the YouTube viewers who are going to have to watch two different videos instead of just the one. All right, come on, Harry. All right, and here's what we got to do. It's going to be awkward timing for anyone who just clicks on this video, but I'm going to the bathroom. Okay, so everyone, just to make sure we're all up to speed, my computer, I guess, crashes sometimes when I'm playing games, specifically this game, and have Twitch running, my normal stream, and what do I call this? The Twitch studio. So it's unfortunate. If you're watching on YouTube, watch the last video. Hopefully that's where you're coming from, and you can see how the rest of the game ends, because this is it. This is it, chat.
An old man,
The deserter.
wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp.
His eyesight is sharp, huh? Okay.
He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Are you the fire guy?
What now? I can't hear you.
Did you tell two kids to put out their fire?
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing fire
Ooh.
guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
Alright, go fuck yourself. You've retained your eyesight.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it.
Fueled the generator.
Burn that console.
How'd you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music.
The water. Oh, that's funny.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
But you didn't say that, Kim. It was not rock and roll. It was sad FM. It was not reactionary. It was cool.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrate.
Nice gun you got there.
Illness, it's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is it a Bell
It's
McGrave?
a 3-Angong 446.
Okay.
A Samurai rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune.
The Sin Yao
You
Kamu.
heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the bull.
Sir, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further. We're with the police. I'm with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move. Yeah, I'm gonna try
Lieutenant
this.
pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman.
Oh,
This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Okay, authority. Well, it's a good thing we got skill points. 92. Fuck it, let's go. 97.
The words, I am an enemy commander, sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
Sure.
And what rank would that be?
Lieutenant W. Freitor.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. It's out of bullets.
He stares at it lying
Like
there.
an amputated limb in the sand.
Pick up the
His
gun.
gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places, with
Inspect
the
it
rifles
closer.
in a shabby state. Like a crutch that's seen tomb on the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46
Yep.
millimeter, made in Sinyao.
It says he
War.
said.
Personalized even. Looks like this weapon.
No response from the old man.
Oh
The
shit.
plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of
This
wind.
uses jacketed
Jacketed.
ammunition.
Military grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good.
As he speaks, he stresses every word.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It can be used against him to get a confession.
Who are you?
Time.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, political commissar of the 100th
so he's a
Army.
communist.
I'm a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my terminus
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM?
You're a holdover.
from the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution.
Okay.
I was recruited in Jamrock in '07.
Yeah.
I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You've been on this island for 43
No.
years.
I've been on other islands. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48,
22 years.
a nameless sound,
So you've been hiding.
until the sea washed over it. 43 years and 10 months.
That's steadfast.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to.
Okay.
I couldn't just...
You couldn't forget
He
it.
just could. He
Couldn't
knows,
give up.
but he can.
What have you been doing during...
Hiding, fishing.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men. 2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a series of burnt. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smoldering. One day, it says, I will return to...
Always waiting
For
for
what?
her to...
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
Girl Child Revolution? I'm afraid she's gone.
Always.
I'm afraid she's gone. She better come. I too have given my life to that. I dare not dream anymore. Nothing in history is guaranteed. I'm afraid
The
she's gone.
material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try.
You said you deserted
I
your
was
unit?
just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith.
Lapse
You
of
could
faith.
say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. A second is for reaction
what?
to take hold.
It wasn't reaction. You were afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not
And this was... when?
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with
Storm
coalition
clouds. It starts
airships.
yelling at dark magic.
That
Dark magic.
combined might of international capital. All at once. All the greed and terror in the world. Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon. But I knew.
A terrible shame, still within it. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame.
You didn't go to the map room.
I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the airships. I climbed out into hell.
Yeah.
They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds
Yeah.
above.
You weren't there with
The
them.
anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous, but
Then
the
you know that the
bourgeois
bourgeois
are
are
not human.
You've lost
Now
your
is
mind.
not the time, Lieutenant Jeffreto.
I had to. I had to fight it. I could not stop anymore.
He falls silent. Black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. What is this place?
It's
This
not
island?
an island. What? It's a defensive fortification of the commune of
What was
the
it used
congenitally
for?
deformed King Philip II. Built it to restrict access to the Bay of
Yep,
Revachol.
we know. You mean the landing, the
Coalition
retaking?
military called it Operation Deathblow. I lay Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Someone who's come to end this. Murderers. I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it.
Ildis?
The black-eyed angel.
Or Iblis. Have you survived? How have you survived
How
all this
does
time?
anyone survive?
Now hold on there.
That's a choice. You could have become self-employed, create the system.
You're insane and grotesque. Everyone steals. Vegetables,
He
supplies.
coughs.
It's.
How is your health?
I've been throwing up blood
Yeesh.
since winter. Red.
He does seem
He's
frail.
dying.
Gaunt for his age. More like 75.
TRCM can provide medical services.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities? You
Also have Druamine.
We have Druamine and other opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain. You need, have you? Yeah.
I have been running out of that stuff.
There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say
You like it,
It's
don't
the
you?
little joys. The dark joke. A sunshiny day. Morphine.
Yeah, you need to be looked
There's
over.
nothing to look over.
How have you coped
The
mentally?
triage is in, and it's black. I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. I don't even know what. Inferno?
You notice the lieutenant's
I
about to
would
say
imagine
something.
it gets tremendously difficult.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on. It's disgusting.
Are
Okay.
they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed
It was
yourself?
hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training.
There were
Floodlights.
posters.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City,
Okay.
and others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting.
Soon they went
There were
silent.
cells.
How'd you
I
get
tried to
between here and the
cope at night.
mainland?
I used a dinghy.
Yep.
I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide.
Why don't you
They
just
think
walk
I'm
there?
another antisocial vagrant. I don't want to. They're all traitors.
He does not want to see life moving on.
Yeah.
People forget him.
The weapon cache under Sanchez Lane in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves,
They were.
useless now.
Yep.
So you've been...
Sleeping. Some nights.
Okay.
You feel the dots connecting.
Small bunker
Little
under the
dots
Fell
on the
building.
line
Have you
you
stayed
walked
there?
across.
The propaganda bunker.
propaganda.
They stored leaflets there.
Yep.
Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think.
They killed themselves.
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them.
And you
I
smoke
do.
these cigarettes, right? Ever smoked them on the mainland?
Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too.
Tell
The
me
old
another
man
thing.
looks across the water at the city, the ruins.
This is your
the
termless
motorway.
surrender.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
We enforce the law. We keep these animals
The
from killing each
so-called
other. I know what it looks like,
Lieutenant
but I have secret
W.
plans.
Freighter.
Yeah. We enforce the law. We
You're
keep people
the
from killing each
RCM.
other.
You represent the Moralist International. The enemies of humanity who took this. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superior.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit.
Okay, so you're a communist soldier from the communist
No.
army. All right, 1 second, chat.
Soldier. I'm trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political
Well, you said you were
commissar.
trained. Okay,
Fine.
so I gotta read this 1 second.
These things used to mean something.
Okay, no developments with the sewer. Actually, I think they're leaving from my house, so that's good. And I didn't even choose this option. I accidentally put my headphones on it. So you said you were trained in design, trained in historical materialism, then assigned by the party. These things used to mean something. What does a political commissar
The
do?
old man does not answer. He tilts his silver.
Okay.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the idea.
Okay, so he's not a real soldier.
communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution.
He was like a cleric, a shepherd.
So you were like a
No,
priest.
the opposite of that.
So you're a trained communist.
Slowly, then another tremor.
I'm a revolutionary too. Today, it's done by entrepreneurs. I'm also a
No,
communist.
Not. You're a liberast.
Liberals?
Liberal and a pederast. It's what most
I told you I'm a
Detective,
communist.
We have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions.
The old man spits into the fire pit. There's definitely something off with his body. Something more than just metabolism.
I have another serious
There's
question for
nothing
you.
serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using
I've
this gun
used
for?
it.
Here we go. A trail of
Yep.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist? I've used it.
Interesting. During or...
There is no after the war.
So he's continued killing after. Going straight. No euphemisms. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady.
him repeat
Don't
it
mess
first.
this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Did you use the gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor, Cornell? I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun? Alright. Wait, so which one do
Nothing
I say?
comes to you, and in them, a chill, like electricity running up your spine, crawling into...
All is not as it seems.
Detective.
Damn it, ask it already, he wants to say.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel?
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it.
The corpse in
You're
ceramic
in.
armor, hanging. Did you shoot him? The fascist death squad. His name was Ellie. He was part of a security detail. A beautiful, strong man. You know who I mean. The corpse hanging. Did you shoot him?
That one.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with
Exhaust him with proof. The scent of blood in the air. But what? Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go
I don't
with
need your
something else
cooperation. I've
first.
got this. We've done the ballistics. That shot came from the island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You damn...
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use.
Yep.
And you've been here a long time, Mr. Dras.
You need medical
ready
aid.
to die.
He's practically admitting to it. Just one thing. The rifle does not have a scope.
One thing, where's the scope? How'd you make that shot without a scope?
Forget about your stupid fucking
He doesn't know where
scope.
it is.
He lost it. He just doesn't know where it is. Forget it. Push on.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you
Oof.
stupid fuck.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
I've got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military.
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer.
I've seen you prance around.
You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons?
Damn. He saw you.
He
So
watched
he
it.
saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
We saved a lot of them.
You didn't handle anything. I watched it happen. You let those... None of those people mean anything to you.
So you watched the fight. Did you like what you saw? The mayhem. It was all your doing.
You don't know anything.
Okay. We
You know
have the
what?
murder weapon.
You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it.
I'm calling it.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
He glances into
This
the
pushed
reeds.
it, but not enough. Just a little more.
Hit yourself on the
Wait,
side of the
here
head.
it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on class. There
Yeah.
were Maybells in the grass when you got here. Nowhere else. Nowhere in all... Wait,
Okay.
don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Classia's bedroom. Now, they're
Okay.
gonna come up.
Oh,
You got
thank you, Head.
Remember? Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa.
Show me the souls, please.
Fucking imbecile.
Spiral pattern covers the soul.
The maker is called Sansarique. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern souls you saw.
They're
the
the
size
same
fits,
size.
but not the soul.
Drama, huh? Wait, maybe it's simpler than that?
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes, it doesn't mean you weren't there near the room. Victim died
Racking
sneaking
those
around.
brains, are you? Desperate to rip...
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance, and the prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange
Okay.
process within him.
Seagulls.
Almost got him. Just the last little.
Maybell's behind the window.
The whole island is...
He seems tender suddenly. nostalgic.
Okay.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the
I haven't seen these
wet.
anywhere
They
else, only
blossom on the
here.
islets before we fertilize them with our blood.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckle.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret path?
Nice.
I may.
A young woman called Claudia. Ring any bells? These dried flowers were behind her window.
Classy.
You know her, right? Intimate relations with the victim, the
With the
mercenary.
victim.
Then the muscles
There is a
twitch.
small tremble. Looks like a smile.
He's about to
You
burst.
know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law. He was a soldier too. He was a man.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company train
Maybe I should've
got
killed one
your
sooner.
attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate.
So you killed him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. While the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
Hold your breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In fact, I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did.
Damn.
I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death. And
Then, a hot flash of rage almost carries the smile away. Some dark peace.
nothing.
Then what?
I went to sleep.
That's it.
Next morning, there were Maybells everywhere.
Last spring.
Well, and so...
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
A single word. That's it.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night?
The old man.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come. You can coax it out of him.
Okay.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at
I'm
them?
always looking.
Another tremor passes the
Are
right
you
side.
always looking through the scope of a rifle?
A
Just trying to
rifle
understand.
scope.
Helps him see all.
And if you don't like it,
If it's part of the shit
you
you
pull the
see,
trigger.
you pull the trigger.
Yes.
You've got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
What specifically did you not like about what you
Them.
saw?
Fucking. I didn't like that.
You were jealous.
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like
I wanted him
the
to die
reason,
so he could not
and
enjoy
I
life.
wanted to see his head explode.
Hmm.
That too. She should know better. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it,
You can't.
This man has seen past her, and
Yeah.
now he longs to see her, to punish her.
How long had you been watching her? You wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
she practically breastfed that man. You
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. See
The
you
dream.
tomorrow, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. Bernie.
You saw through her, so did I.
You're delusional. There's nothing to see in the soul of the bourgeois woman. It's the same as the surface. Sick hedonism and desperation.
It's not like that. I don't think like that.
No one gives a shit what you think.
How long have you been watching
Since
her?
she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building,
She didn't ever skip the
It was
outfit.
dark.
past the fell building on the coast?
hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it.
She was
And
nervous.
beautiful.
And beautiful.
That
How could you see what she looked like?
the sun came up. Her hair was like cobwebs. She smoked more fags and snorted a line of whatever
What
shit.
did you think she hid
Her
there?
passport and tickets to Riyadh. And from
You looked into
after
it?
she was gone.
Did you
Okay.
keep what was in it? When we found it,
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to
A little inconsistency. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before.
Are you sure
Would he
we
not
checked
have
the
seen it
submersible?
on
There
the
was nothing
documents?
there. You saw her name on the passport, but before when I said her name, you didn't recognize it.
It didn't say Clausia in there.
What did it say?
It was something. I don't remember.
We checked it. There's
Why
nothing
would I
there.
need that
A strange confusion comes over him from time to time. Some kind of
Did
aberration.
you continue
of the
watching after
I
this?
did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachals that Chloe.
you could
Yeah.
tell she was a spook?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Forged.
The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
And you can see her bruises through the scope
You
of a
can't
rifle.
see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
Reaction speed.
It quickly
hit.
comes to you.
The bruises on her body, any chance you see them through a hole in a wall?
Oh, yes. Cut
Everything in him fills with impossible longing.
Did you make that hole?
with a clip point.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing
Yep.
him moaning.
Ever see her through a window?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow.
So you've been through the
against
secret
glass.
route. Those are your footprints. You
I've
changed
been
your
through
shoes.
all of my... Yes,
And that, too.
that, too. The things they did in that little room. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting.
You hear the familiar scribble.
Yep.
One more loose end down.
We're
How
doing
did you
it.
get in there? The hidden pin.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you.
You had
Kitchen's
to open the
empty.
steel door.
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know.
Yep. I
50
started turning the
years
light
ago.
on.
He left
You had feelings
Yes.
for her.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stone.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weak.
There have been others.
yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian.
Is that why you left the dried flowers
No.
behind? Why?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying like a child.
When
The
was
day
it?
after I killed
And you brought her
Yes.
Maybells.
I don't know why I do the things I do.
You wanted to console her.
Maybe. I told you. I have
A sudden pang.
If you came 10 years ago.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line. One more down.
In conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her.
The lieutenant nods at you. That's it. Motive.
Where is she? That Classier. I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, we don't know where. But she let us here first. She figured out someone was watching from the seafort.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope. She'd look
Yep.
at night, crying or smoking on the roof.
Doesn't
Midtown,
matter.
Across the Bay of Revachol, snow falls on 40-story towers. Above them, Elysium Central Aerodrome.
Alright, let's look
On the
north.
platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet
Another.
smaller, distant, hidden. Not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers. There, on a dilapidated jetty, in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. The He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vitmer,
Yeah.
Special Consultant Heidelstein, is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee and talk. As
Okay.
the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling. Good luck, Harry, she thinks.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he said?
Yeah.
You could get more out of him. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
Comedy.
A strange
Okay.
little engine seems to fire up in him again. The familiar put, put, put. of
More
hatred.
specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon.
Martinez is the
Not
worst. How
because of
come?
the racists.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's
Yup.
that pump full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe. Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the intense, like animals, like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs. The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips.
Yeah.
The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamoran, or some other.
Say nothing.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal
I have some
Buckley
questions
did
about
good
this.
when we pushed him under the horse car, until, in the 30s, those disco whores.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain. What was that about? Steroids? There was something about a statue and
Yeah.
realistic advertising agency people.
All right, 1 second.
might
1
be
second, chat.
investigating.
All right, I don't know if we're gonna wrap this up in 10 minutes, but we can try. So, just go horse. The racist on the gates, but full of steroids.
A
Measure
racist
head.
on- What is my opinion? You think the rich man has an opinion on this idiocy? No. The rich man's looking at real estate and fiddling his kids, wading through the corpses.
You're right. I'm
I
unaffected.
find it strange that you keep bringing this up. You, the rich man, doesn't care about complexion. He rules the world, and he laughs at your morals.
There's something about a statue on the roundabout.
Syphilis is a disease Philip III contracted in a whorehouse.
Abomination?
The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monuments of himself. And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost... What a
It's still
keen
there.
remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why?
Meaning ironically.
No. Cynical design cockroaches like you erected a new, ironic version of it. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity. Every gallery should be bulldozed.
All right, you mentioned
and the
Union
artists should
Social
all be
Democrat.
given another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat.
Who's a
That
disappointment, Claire?
deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean,
Doesn't
that
everyone run it?
monster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education. His twin, Edgar Clare, that one's been to one of those
You've talked to
first
Edgar?
against the wall with him.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to.
Have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone.
How did he know you?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. I was right about one of those things.
When was
20
this?
years ago.
Ah,
Neither of them.
That's around the time the Clares came to power.
what did you talk
Edgar
about?
did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzoff. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity.
And he let you be here?
Me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from
Did
the
you kill the
loyalists.
mercenary for the
You
Clares?
know why I killed that fucker, Duat. As to Edgar,
Again?
tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
So logic. Do we have a logic check? No. Let's go for it.
The connection
We can't
comes to
miss.
you like a splash of cold water.
The Clares didn't run the Union yet, did they?
He acknowledges it. Here we go.
Who
A
did?
That bourgeois cow, Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked it and money. She liked that too. That Holly was her.
Bordering on sentimentality, it drips out of him, tempered by something familiar to you.
She was a woman, wasn't she?
She was. And she was real soft on those money men.
And then
Called
she just
in, they
disappeared.
say. On the eve of battle. Ran away.
No,
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her person.
No, I guess it was not.
Okay, Edgar had someone make the call.
She couldn't make the call
here it is. The truth.
Why?
because she was dead.
Say
The
nothing.
cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal grasping
Sloppy
her. She was
job.
going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was, heading
Ooh.
home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people.
You killed her.
Or maybe the cow just fell.
Another big spike of rage. Different from the one he has for her.
Nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony. There was no uprising. Just words. The Union fizzled.
Edgar didn't keep his part. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk. We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You
Wow.
were on a
A degenerate worker state. Goat shit. No, thank you. I'm a Revacholian. My days are short. I will rot away.
you
I
did
saw
do
it
it.
happen, and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live, and everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up.
Wow.
The same old. There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody. And the lieutenant knows it. He gives you a little nod.
Alright, so you're talking about
Every
Renee?
fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot.
I don't know about
him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him personally, his make and model.
We
That
missed one. Ooh.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
There's no one
fat
there.
and plump, like a pheasant. Just
He whispers with such predatory hunger. It borders on longing.
You'd like to
not
kill him?
yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals.
A
Wow.
treat. Better served for later. He's a pleasure delayer.
Save the
He
treat for
is
later.
a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth. Better. I even
Wow.
hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Renee's dead. He died of old age. Yes.
I waited too long.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dras. I understand you.
They're all dead now.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these
You had
islands.
1,000 chances
And
to
I
kill him.
blew them all.
He reminded him of himself. The same hatred. The same...
He cared about him.
Human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Fuck
Sorry.
you.
Are you okay to
think
go
I haven't
on?
Seen people die. It's all I've seen them do. Fuck.
He's not okay. This is just another black
Yeah.
day in a row of black days. Something...
I'm glad we talked about this.
What?
His lip
Oh,
curls
never
into-
mind.
Glad we talked about what?
So composure. Okay, let's see if we can do a composure check. Composure. Why do I not see it? Composure. Alright, let's load them up. 83%, let's hope.
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island,
That's
he's
it?
clearly a drug user of the painkiller sort, prone to erratic hand gestures, and malnourished.
You're under
That's
arrest.
it.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The sum of all the erratic movements, fidgeting, and mood swings he's been exhibiting. The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel with...
Do you understand?
Do you...
But...
Kim, he's afraid.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his pupils are dilated too.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Perception, hearing. Wait.
You thought you heard something.
Nope.
Maybe
just
we
the
could all
reeds.
fit in there.
We could all fit in the little boat.
Actually, no.
Does it
Not
have room
really.
for 3?
We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
Who watches him while I come
You
back
come
for
back
you?
for me? How about I...
What is this farce?
Mm-hmm.
This is a fucking farce.
Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
Maybe I can ask the netpicker
This
to
is
watch
no
him.
harmless old man.
This fucking world.
Below the confusion and rage, a fit of jamais vu like yours, the thought passes. More pressing matters
No,
take its place.
Listen now.
You could come back for me once you've taken him to the precinct.
No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and transport the prisoner. I'll be here. I can escort him to the pier with you.
No need to be late.
This
I'll do it.
world. What are you talking about? Is this... us?
The wind is cold. Your skin is crawling suddenly.
What? The Phasmid? Are you kidding me?
A delicate tangle of legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Oh my god.
It's still there,
Holy
an
shit.
unfolding mechanism of reed.
What is
What
that?
are you talking about?
The giant stick insect.
There's nothing
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grunt. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
There it is. I see it.
What you see, damn it. I can't make out one
Kim,
small-
can you see
I
it?
can see.
4 simple words. Thank God. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly in absolute
That's
silence.
fucking hysterical.
Its limbs
Alright, hold on one second,
and
chat.
slender.
Wow. I did not see this coming. The fucking
Be
phasmid.
very, very careful.
Holy shit. What the fuck?
What is it?
Something is very wrong with him now.
It's right there. Can you see it? Wow.
There is nothing. Only the reeds for him. The reeds and
Wow. What
the creature
the
stands
fuck?
on long stilt-like legs,
That
antennae hanging from his head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine
What the
spinning
fuck?
after.
this is the phasmid.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely.
Are you sure you won't scare it off?
No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limb. I am not palatable. Do not eat me. I am afraid.
It's afraid. Stop now.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He's letting his pride get in. You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Who cares what they
Understood.
think, Kim?
Of course.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
Say something quiet. You
A sudden
exist.
chirrup fills the air. The walking stick moves its whole body. It moves just an inch closer to you. Something in its body language has changed, just slightly.
Let's do it. We got him.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the fat like laughter.
Huh?
Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds.
What
and
the
its
fuck?
eyes are like small droplets of water.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who
No
I am.
reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam.
Stand on your
Strict
tiptoes and
evil
look more
right.
closely.
Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks.
Careful.
Kim, it's foaming.
It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's
Nice.
motion while it's being aimed.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword.
Nice.
The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned,
I got it.
Wow. As the creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand, a polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds in the sky, and you as a shadow
for all
before it.
time.
Reach out and touch the creature's whisker. The forearm.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed.
Wow.
You feel a soft
Run your hand
push
up the
to
slender
tip it.
limb
A
higher.
small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl. There is some kind of countdown happening as it slowly processes the overwhelming brightness of the signal.
Okay.
The stimulus overloaded it. It's passing, like an extended moment or a goal.
Touch the
antennae
whisker.
hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the sensation is electrifying. Looks like
Wow.
someone's got hurt in a fight. This and
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
We got
another
it.
shudder
Back it off.
pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion.
Raise your
The
hand
insect
slowly.
stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its suddenly, no, stop, be afraid.
Put your
The
hand down.
invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem.
All right, let's do this. Tell me what you're doing.
I exist.
I exist
Tell me
too.
what it's like for you.
I'm ill.
What is your illness?
I'm ill in my head. I'm insane. That's how it is for me.
I am not. There isn't even a central nervous
This is
system
craziness.
in my head. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images. A kind of darkness.
Intruded on by
Shapes
what?
of plants and animals. And internal sensations. A swarm of sounds. Tiny vibrations on the inside of my... I am at the end of a narrow funnel. Weightless. So light. It only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul.
You're the type of animal I would like to
You
be.
sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Why do you ask?
Sometimes, when molting, I regrow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
That's
Yes.
horrible.
The leg tried to move around independently. Yes, thankfully someone ate it.
This would explain its antenna being smaller.
This is the explanation I came up with.
It's what the 3 meters tall stick insect came up with.
Yes, I am lucky. It is nothing compared to the horror that is you. With all of creation reflected in your forebrain. A nerve mirror.
This is
of
crazy.
horrifying
I'm a
trauma.
detective.
I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
The
He's
killer.
in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial.
You're
Yes,
destroying him?
and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads.
What's
No,
happening?
You're awake. I am real.
Where does this come from, all this
Not
around us, the
even
world?
the birds know that. Not even a water lily.
Day after day with no answer.
You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth.
So what are
I
you?
am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulandia Insula. For the last 300 and
It may have unknown,
Wow.
dangerous biochemical character.
no one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the Suzerain.
Everyone.
Also, by the soldiers of the revolution.
Nobody's
who
seen
stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective
Wow.
of the city.
Are you poisonous?
I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerate.
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
That's insane.
No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively median life form, while it the pair
Yeah.
too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous.
The pale
there is a
semen maid?
nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great.
Wow. I don't have that kind of
violent
power.
and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe out. We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out and
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thought.
Worse
everything
how?
your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nerve mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget?
I've already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open
Wow.
them to see.
Kim, am I having a violent
It
epileptical
doesn't look like
seizure?
that, no.
What does it
You're
look like?
just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
Sort of.
I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more
No.
thoughts. That was all.
There is one more.
Of all the creatures I've met, you're the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman turned from the ruin. Turn and go forward.
Do it for the working
Do it.
class.
For the work.
I will try.
Class. It doesn't take a 3-meter staking set to tell you that.
As you're
Just
turning
engage
away,
slowly.
the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
This is fucking crazy. Wow. Is that it?
And just like that, it's gone. Skate and something under it. In the place it stood, bobbing there.
It's gone.
The lieutenant looks north. It can walk on
Apparently,
water.
yes, like a water strider. Only
What's that
looks
in the
like a nest
reeds?
of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
What now?
In some kind of strain.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Check up on the deserter now. So let's look at that. Classia's passport. Okay. I thought it was an item. Classia's passport. Evidence.
This passport, issued by the sovereign,
Classia's hidden documents from the empty book.
Look
is
at the
classic,
photo.
with short black hair, an old photo, before life came and did what it does.
What was it
Maybe
doing in
our
the
man,
Phasmid's
Mr. Dross,
nest?
took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or
I think
like
the
a
Phasmid took
magpie?
it.
What a coincidence. Then it would also have collected the other object.
Says
She said
this.
it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith.
Katarzyna Alazia was supposed to be her real name. I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else
Yeah.
right now, in another city.
She lied to us.
Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us. One more time. In a way, she's still lying to us. I
What's
don't
her
know.
real name?
But it's not Katarzyna Alasia or Classier. Perhaps it's better that we didn't arrest her. Who knows what else she'd be.
Put the passport away. Cool. What else we got? The rifle scope and the helmet. So items. There's the scope. And here is the helmet. Half-light.
Brother, you've managed to collect all the armor pieces. Too bad it's too late for the big show.
Don't think the helmet would have helped me anyway.
It would have looked very impressive. Still, you found it all. Now your mortal coil is...
At least now I'm truly invincible. Alright, we're doing a quick save just in case. Wow.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
How could you not see it?
Mr. Dross?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black-eyed with fear, like an addict of some terrible substance.
Wave your hand.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem.
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What's
Old
happened?
age and shock.
I think it's the
Yes,
Phasmid.
the arrest and the appearance of the Phasmid. The combined strength.
There's
Yeah.
much more. Remember what it said when it spoke.
You couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reeds. Could it be there's something hormonal in his relationship to the Phasmid? It said it's destroying
You
him.
should be more careful, detective. Are you sure it wasn't having an effect on
Maybe.
you? A
Yeah.
valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when
You couldn't
approaching
see
him.
it, Cam,
It could
it's
be
the
part of the
reeds.
shock. But you're right. Something is up.
No response.
Maybe this is how the Phasmid has stayed hidden all the years.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean whatever does this does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings. of-
Yes, you forgot it's there.
Mr. Dross, have you? The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57.
Could it be there's a something hormonal in his
You mean
relationship?
pheromonal?
He seems a little off for a man his age.
The scope,
Randy.
knowing of her bruises, his disposition toward Miss Orania. I see what you mean. He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this place. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report.
We
He
found some
stares
things.
into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in.
Show him the
Nothing.
helmet.
The last embers have gone.
If Kuno
war
took
is
it
over.
into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up.
Show him the
No
passport.
His breathing is slow, and this is an old man at last. No,
Did you take this passport and other papers from...
The spirit.
He hears us.
That's it.
no reply.
Try something else? We got him back for a moment.
Alright, I'm going to the bathroom for a second, chat. Holy shit. Holy shit. Alright, let's look at the scope.
I lost.
You
He
lost it.
turns his eyes to the reeds again.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid. This site is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it a...
Silence. You've gotten all you will out of this
Yeah,
poor.
I'm gonna let you
plastic
rest.
cake flaps around his face. In a gust of wind, the blacks of his eyes are receding. The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack of tracksuit trousers.
We should
Hang
think
tight.
about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here.
Nice. The return. Use the boat to return. Alright, let's do it. Is there a shortcut? Tell me there's a shortcut. No. Come on. Come on, Kim. It's the last time. My god, that was surprising. The fucking phasmid. So it was worth it doing all the phasmid stuff. Here we go, the return.
The skiff is swaying on the waves, but
Let's return.
We are done here.
Continue.
the skiff rocks gently under your weight as you. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is two men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat. As you reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Alright.
Look what the tide brought him.
Ah. He tilts his
You
head.
look like a fucking clown, Harry. Not like a funny police officer, but like a real life, full-time.
This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags.
Wait,
But where
you're the
are
man
his-
with
That's
sunglasses.
right. And you're some kind of an urban scarecrow thing.
No one else seems bothered by
Bothered
my
by it.
style.
Harry, you're a goddamn cop. They're afraid of you.
Yes.
Actually, are you? Are you still a cop?
Vic, calm down.
We're
Forget
not
about
forgetting
this.
about anything. Look at you.
Hello.
Who are you people?
I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Yes.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left. Special Consultant Trond Heidelstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you after pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our we might need your help with something later.
As if he
Good.
recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thank you. No, Kim, you gotta have my back.
It's
Let's
good to meet
destroy
you,
him.
Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
What is this
Hurry,
about?
we want to help you. Trant, I believe this...
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should...
What? Oh,
No, Trent,
God.
It's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for you?
What does he have to say for himself?
Oh, God.
He left you shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
How'd you know I was here? You told me you're not the horse face. What's the shit kid?
You.
Maybe you've deserved it.
How'd you know I was
Cafeteria
here?
manager you fucked over told us where you went.
He betrayed me. He betrayed me. Yeah.
Shit, kid. He didn't betray you. He just told us the direction you went in. Who's Sylvie? Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look safe at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
it's a
I know
poetic
it.
gesture.
Didn't I tell you, Trant? I told you it.
The line is from Lu Jiatun's Mirova 82, isn't it? About girl-child communism, the titular returning character to ghost the apparition of... Good choice.
Don't encourage him.
Okay.
You aren't the man, you're not
Guilty
even
as
blonde.
charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory, and it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
I don't like
didn't
being
lie
lied to.
you. No one lies to you. You were so fucked up on booze you couldn't recognize your own pot.
Lieutenant, my name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I can. We're still friends. I have a stupid
Okay.
head.
Because you're my commanding officer,
Hey,
That will never
hey,
happen.
hey.
He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
Goddamn troublemakers. Of course, troublemaker cats, just as we're wrapping it up. You'll never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason we're wrestling. That takes sensitivity, and I hate it. So Trant turns out to be special consultant.
Yes. I'm Trant Heilerstein. I never said I wasn't Trant Heilerstein.
What was up with the kid then?
Mikael? Mikael's my son.
What was all the history
No,
spying
I was
on
just
me?
interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And
Him being there with his son, it was not a coincidence. It's difficult to see, but he was worried about you. And also,
So what are you special
what
consulting?
indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
No one's who they say they are.
Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Yes,
yeah.
still King Kisuragi. Still
I
a
like that
lieutenant
option.
From priest.
still caught up in this crossfire, too.
You mentioned the task force.
Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Who else
Refresh
is in this?
your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Heidelstadt.
Technically,
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Who's Guillaume
Oh,
Bevy?
that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. Other people
Wow.
have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Okay, so what does the
Dude,
unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We cleared the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station.
They're your posse, or what remains of it.
The 41st isn't.
Where have you been all this time? There's a
God
mercenary
damn
tribunal.
it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
it wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
Why didn't you detect or die then? Why didn't you detect or die then?
Oh, you think it was cool you saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. None of us
Shit.
wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Like
None
the
of this is
bells
ringing
I'm
any
drinking
bells.
because you have brain damage. Trant, this
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors. He talks without slurring. He can drive a boat. He's standing, reasoning. As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not.
interesting.
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and
Wait,
why not?
you think I'm so
socioeconomic?
poor I
Not
lost my
when you
memory?
Phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory. I know everyone.
What?
No, not like that. I'm not talking Vrede for school here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
Something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism.
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes,
I have?
a couple of times. After
1
some
second.
more serious benders. One was after the two drunks
What are you
kids.
doing?
The other when we looked into that mural.
Okay.
The two cases in your ledger. The unsolvable. Those
Yeah.
cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea.
Wow.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a... Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police, hardwired to the free market. You just need...
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a crétin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not...
Leadership. Now.
I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on the...
They can keep that pension. You're rock solid. You can put your...
What now?
Nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. Yeah. Just stand there. It's cool. No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
It was stolen. It wasn't me. It was stolen by traffic. I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk. I thought the killer would be underwater. The time had come. Tequila sunset. I don't know. Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Tequila sunset. Not sunrise because you... Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? Your
Oof.
it doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
Show it to him.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Hand-eye coordination. Hit it. Catch it. Nice.
Not today, badge.
Did I get the badge?
You got it all right. You're showing it to him. Victorious. There, see it.
And your
Behold
gun.
my badge.
Here we go again. Lost gun.
My gun is right here.
Lost gun. Trying to terrorize you.
Gun, behold all my guns. If anything, I need more hands.
I don't care about your collection. You hoarding freak. Is one of them your service weapon? I only want to know about that one gun.
Yeah, I got that.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
It's only me, so what? I've had a little drink. I tried not to. Yeah, so it doesn't even matter that I
You were
found my
never
gun?
supposed to lose it in the first place. Not lost is your gun's natural state.
I quit drinking.
I don't buy it.
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Hold on, I just haven't washed myself after the autopsy. Yeah, I've handled an actual corpse. Yeah, it's been a bit of a week. I'm sorry I smell bad.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape. A certain classier.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuragis.
Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She let it. I got duped there. She pulled on me. Yes, I let her go. Small detail in a huge case that you know nothing about. That doesn't matter. None of it does. Yeah. I'll do that.
Sure, if it's part of your master plan. Let's not even get into all the fact that you very likely sold your gun for booze. That's big compared to the 6 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them.
Yeah.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Yeah. So I also solved the case. It's solved, all of it. Yeah.
Detective, it's better if I do that.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He thinks of apologizing, but the
Spend the week with him on this. On Lieutenant
Oh.
Friedel.
Well,
Come on,
the
Kim.
drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job.
See?
1.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I
He
do say
says
disco.
It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, fought others steal. He is also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, and then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Some kind of anti-radiation drug he uses to induce visions. But despite all this, he is a great detective.
Yeah, great
One of the-
detective.
He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, was a valiant effort. He really...
Yeah, it.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator.
Nice.
He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years.
New speak.
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds.
Nice.
I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. You hear gasps beneath.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Boom shakalaka, motherfucker.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected?
Detective?
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, but also
The pheromone.
the old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became...
So it is.
I must
Yeah.
say, this is absolutely extraordinary. It's
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
Nice.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness.
The killer. We have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
Revolutionary matronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms: Krasovich, Larsovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms. This man's mother was Lilian, his Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after.
So, it is what a soldier.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural.
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He killed the mercenary hoping to start a war. Yeah,
Jealousy. I
jealousy.
thought this Lilianovich was an old man.
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason. Said he also, we have a sniper's nest with full
Yep.
view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene.
It's a clean way.
Oh, it's way more.
It's a perfect folding mechanism. It's way more than that. It's my masterpiece. They'll teach this in cop school. I did all I could. Every second was a struggle. I'm still not completely satisfied with it. Yeah,
Masterpiece. Get
masterpiece.
over yourself, Harry.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It will pass in time.
I also started a nightclub
What
in the
was
church.
that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yep. Yeah, I discovered it. Yeah.
4
Turn their
kids were
lives
living
around.
in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject.
Uh-huh.
Yeah? What makes you think?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors.
Incredible.
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
I think it gathered items.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers.
It could have
Must
been a
be
male.
robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs.
I think it reproduces by
Isn't cloning itself? What makes you think so?
this. Just a
Well-
hunch.
Then it wouldn't matter if it's a male or female. The bower would.
That makes
Mhm.
sense. Yes.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species.
I think it emits a
We're
chemical.
probably looking. Yes. That would be a chiromone. A pheromone that's seemingly beneficial to the host.
Nothing is off the table. But I want to stress this. The find does not have to be connected
Yeah.
to the case.
Of course, Lieutenant. Of course. We should treat the case and the phasmid as completely separate from it.
They're not going to go for this speculation in the constabulary.
Yep. It was
Yes,
completely
but
white.
also reed colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside.
Yep.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers
Nice.
new teeth.
This would really help with some of the.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human.
With
Nice.
You're doing good here. Perhaps quit while you're ahead? Or no?
Previous head of the Union was assassinated by our killer.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open. In Martinez, where
Understood.
But a case against Everard.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union related for political neutrality.
Yep. And then we talk about the dead person.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk.
How'd
The
you know I
body was
found him?
transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had
You're not
Nice.
the only cop in the world, Harry.
still good work with the.
It's still a point for you. No,
I looked into the mystery of the
I
Doom
don't
commercial
know what
area.
the commercial area is.
Commercial. They all go bankrupt.
Why? That's not.
there was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
So what do you say? I want to take this
I
hot
don't
shit
want
back?
to, but you discovered a new species. And so I have to.
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
You haven't been drinking, she thinks.
Agreed.
Oh,
the
shit.
public relations potential of this is too valuable to.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody.
Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
A few questions before we
The
go
man
about
looks
who I
lost,
am.
Jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher. Well,
What?
obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe.
That does
Harry.
explain a lot.
It explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable
The
love of
sportswear.
retro-style dance music. How you're able to perform.
Also, this guy. Just
When was I a gym
everything
teacher?
about
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go.
You
since
said in
then.
Quran I was
Yes,
a gym
you
teacher
told
there.
Jim in Corn. I believe that's the term. Told Jim at
the smell of sweat and glue.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Asset.
The
Ah.
glass barely contained laughter.
So when did I join the RCM?
the regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are.
Ah.
Every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her sprinkler.
Okay, I see now.
I knew no normal human being can run like that.
Why am I
It's
like
not a
this?
mystery. Some chick fuck.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Some
Dora
chick who-
something. Dora Inga.
Not
Yeah.
Dora Dubois.
Wait, Dora
Something
Ingerlund.
like that. Half Vasan.
So we
No
weren't
one
even
is
married.
anymore. This is Revachol.
When?
But I don't know.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong?
6 years?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Ingelund really tore you a new one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Huh?
She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous.
Snow Welkin.
Blonde
Heartbreak. Pain.
I've seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection.
Look, the sun is about to go down.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist.
Yeah.
Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist?
Am I a dirty,
Forensic psychiatrist
dirty
can
cop?
help.
No, because the suspect seemed to
You're
think.
too unstable to work for my boss.
Yeah.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult.
He would immediately. I told you it's not that bad.
Precinct 41, what kind of station?
With the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? With the
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the C-Wing. It's not good.
Torsen and McLean.
Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing.
They are damn iconic though. Torsen and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it.
Not like us. Two clinically depressed old men.
C-Wing.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made.
There's
Okay.
also a lot of outside help involved. Not
He's anything but a loser. Although he would like to be seen as one. It's cool.
And
Colin
prices?
Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of...
He's one
Ah.
of the most in the force. You're
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys. Police Captain Patonley Price sits. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets.
Did we recently shoot up a
So
church?
he remembers that. Yes.
shooting up churches never is. I was out of town.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore.
Okay.
He means it. The RCM, your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union.
So I work in the bloody
Okay.
murder station.
It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershaw. Faubourg, technically, but...
the press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
The Phasmid, I need to tell Lena.
Who is Lena?
Cryptozoologist.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you
Nice.
live.
Fine. If we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search. They should know as soon as possible.
Yes.
It would do you.
She is going to be. Watch out, or she'll faint.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do
Well,
now?
First, I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good.
What's your
detective.
series talk
We
about?
just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready. infiltrate.
Want to do that
Talk
at
to
41?
Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come work.
With Price? I'm flat.
Would fit in. I'm crazy enough.
Flattered. You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even...
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming.
Nice.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to.
I do like the sound of that.
There we go. I'm ready.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a twin.
Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls inside.
To Boogie Street.
Fire
Fort.
traps as you close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint
Spring has come. It's time.
Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomac Price gestures with a ball.
He'll pull through. When he does, he'll
It's
side
dim in
with the
his
people.
office, and the
Understood.
curtains are drawn. Harry's up.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock?
That's it. Holy shit, chat. We did it. What a game. Crazy game. Crazy game. Crazy ending. Like, what the fuck? Wild stuff. Lots of fun. We've kind of given most of our thoughts on it. The text-driven nature, the aesthetic, the music. It was fun. Ton of replay value. Cool characters. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Damn, that's it. Disco Elysium. So that's the game, chat. We did it. We beat it. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the series. I know I did. As always, like and subscribe and follow and all that good stuff. We got more games coming in the future. That's going to be it for today. I actually played for a bit longer than I thought just to finish this off. I'm going to wrap it up even though the credits are going. Thanks again for hanging out. I'm taking a break. I am going to run my Iron Man in Lake Placid, New York. So I will be back at the earliest on Monday, most likely Tuesday or Wednesday, with more gameplay, a new game. Haven't quite decided what yet. But stay tuned, and yeah, I'll be going live on Twitch. Like, subscribe, follow, check out the YouTube, check out the Twitch. Appreciate you hanging out, and definitely recommend Disco Elysium, so go buy it if you haven't and play it your own way. I'm sure you'll get a different ending than me and a lot more decisions along the way. So thanks for having the adventure with me, guys. Until next time.